G'day guys, it's time for round 19 of our Premiership season against the world, pretty much. So we're up to round 19 now. We're playing Brisbane for this round, who are not doing too badly. They're a game outside. Well, they're actually 2 games outside the top 8. Our top 8's pretty close as well, compared to the reality top 8. It is very, very close. So we're just sitting pretty on the top. 2 games clear. With a game in hand over Brisbane here. But that sort of middle tier, look at that. There's a draw between Port Adelaide and Carlton. The Dogs are right in it as well. St Kilda are right in it. Hawthorn are a little bit off. Why is Hawthorn so far down? Oh. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the broadcast rights for next year and give you guys all the information you need to know about what is going on with the broadcast rights. Alright, so we're about to get in. Oh, I like the Gabbers. Nice arena. I do like it very much so. But we're going to be talking broadcast rights today, so it will generally give you guys any information about how you're going to be able to watch football next year and beyond through to 2022. So it's actually going to be a little bit different to the last broadcast rights deal where we had Channel 7 sort of dominating everything. And now there might be a new player in the works. So let's get stuck into the gameplay. Is Rioli my captain? I am bizarrely confused why Daniel Rioli has just gone and done the toss then. Okay. Anyway, in the meantime, let's begin talking about broadcast rights. So basically last year, the AFL got a $2.5 million deal. I think it was, which was worth more than the last broadcast rights deal, which was about, I don't know, $2 million. Anyway, but that's the boring stuff. You don't need to know that. Dustin Martin, 3 votes, Brownlow medal right there. But what you guys want to know is how can you watch the footy? And I know a couple of you people were saying 30-minute delays, so I'm going to get into that as well as we go through here. So pretty much what's going to happen is if you want to watch it digitally, you can still do it on your smartphone or tablet with the AFL Live app if you buy a pass with that, and Telstra. I'm not sure whether or not Telstra will get a free pass again next year, but that is still to be determined. But it'll obviously be fine on the Telstra network. You'll get all games. What's the word? Just no usage. Whatever. That's what I was trying to think of. No usage if you are going to do it on that. So then you've got, if you're watching free-to-air TV, let's get into that, and then you're from Melbourne, you'll be getting 3 games per week. It says 3.5 games, but it's really 4. So Channel 7 has 3 games. They get Friday night, Saturday night, and a Sunday afternoon time slot. So that's Channel 7, Friday night, Saturday night, and the Sunday time slot. Then the half game comes in, I think, for like Anzac Day and sort of rounds like that where there's a Thursday night or something. I think that they get those games. But then you've also got, hang on a minute here, Foxtel's got 5.5 games. Now, the half game comes in because they actually have the power to sell that game to another broadcaster if they choose. So Channel 9 could broadcast football, but it's believed that Channel 10 will actually take up that Saturday afternoon time-slotted game and broadcast that one. I don't think it will be live for those in Melbourne, but I do think that it will still be on air, so that's kind of good. Anyway, then you've got Grand Final. That is going to be on Channel 7, not on Fox Footy, because that's just the way it's always been, always on Channel 7, because they get the more ad revenue. Even if you watch it on Fox Footy, I think it's delayed, isn't it? It's not on Fox, is it? I don't think it is, because, yeah, ads. And they need all that ad revenue they can get, because it's such a big time slot, the AFL Grand Final. But let's look at then Interstate. What are Interstate people going to be able to do? Because you guys have been saying, you're getting 30-minute delays for your team's games Interstate. So if you live in WA, South Australia, New South Wales, or Queensland. I don't know what the score is. I've got a sticky note there. You will be getting 20, or I think it's 19 of your team's 22 matches live, and then you'll get 3 matches for both teams. So if you're in Perth, West Coast and Fremantle will both have 3 matches each that will be broadcast on a delay. Alright, so that's how that's going to work. Then everything's going to be in high definition. I'm pretty sure anyway. On Channel 7, I think they're already doing HD if you've got 7 HD. So, yeah, that'll be fine. Fox Footy, also HD if you have, HT Foxtel. And depending on where you are in an interstate, I don't know how interstate HD is going to work, because if they put it on like a 7 mate or something, then they'll have to then do the simulcast on 7 HD. So we'll wait and see how that one's going to pan out, because that hasn't been determined yet. And then grand final day, the AFL still has control of the fixture, so it could still be moved to a twilight time slot in the future if possible. The broadcasters don't get to decide that. That's the AFL that decides that. It'll be Channel 7, as I've said. And then we look at sort of the things around grand final day. We've got the draft. That's going to be on Fox Footy again still. That's holding the ball. You've got the Brownlow, which is still with Channel 7. And then I think that's pretty much it in terms of what I need to tell you guys. That's sort of just the quick guide from it. Oh, I thought I picked it up. Oh, I did. And it went with the inside out. Banana! He's got it! It's a magnificent goal. But yeah, it means that throughout the season there's actually going to be 11 less games on free-to-air. But Thursday night's going to be a significantly more high-end time slot. Instead of it being sort of just, it's definitely going to be the showcase of the week, pretty much, if Channel 7 does end up, I think, yeah, because Channel 7 will have those games. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. But yeah, crazy time. And one of the Saturday afternoon matches is actually, so I think the Saturday games now, they're currently, 1:45, 2:10, 4:40, and then there's a guy on his own here. It's bloody Hamp. Yeah, 4:40, and then you got 2 7:10, 7:40 games, or 7:20. But one of the Saturday afternoon games actually moved to 3:20 p.m. Right? Like the Sunday time slot, and that's going to be broadcast live on free-to-air. That game that they sell, if it is to Channel 10, that'll be live as well. So you'll actually be getting all of your free-to-air games will be live in Melbourne, and then whatever interstate, you'll only have 3 that aren't live. So if you want to get Fox Footy, that's a good incentive to do so. You just want to get them all and get all the ads, no ads, as well. This is not an advertisement, by the way, for Fox Footy. I'm just telling you guys, this is, yeah, I've had it for like 3 years now, and it's just 100 times better than free-to-air. I mean, you still have the same commentators and stuff, it's just, no ads. Like, you get so annoyed with ads. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I need to cover on the broadcast deal. I was surprised that there was no, in terms of digital rights, no like computer-based thing that you could do. I guess they want to sort of limit the piracy that people can maybe do throughout the season, or something like that anyway. But I think that's pretty much all I needed to cover for you guys on this topic, and you won't have that many delays next year, especially from the boundary, especially in Melbourne. You'll have no delays, which is great. Everything will be live on free-to-air and on Fox. That's a good mug. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What did you like? I mean, this was kind of announced last year in August. I think I live tweeted it. I didn't really make a video on it. Oh, he's got it. But yeah, I think it's an interesting one. The broadcast rights deals is always a big one, and this is why the players are, you know, potentially going on strike, which they're probably not going to do, because they want more money. Because that's pretty much like where most of the money comes from for the AFL, right? Is the coverage that people want to do. You know, they want to like watch it. So the networks obviously fight and pay a lot of money to get that. Get that money, and then the players want their cut. They want a percentage rather than keeping it the same. Yeah, in terms of salary cap. That's what I mean. So players want to get more because the league's getting more, which makes perfect sense. And I think that the players should get more. I mean, we complain like, oh, the players are getting paid too much. Who bloody cares? Who bloody cares? You're not the one playing. If you were playing, you'd want more. Like, it just makes sense. Like, if your boss suddenly gets a raise, but you don't get a raise, you want to wonder why. Why does he get the raise? Why don't I get the raise if I'm doing all the hard work? That's why you want the players to get more money. But that's a whole other discussion. We'll get into that another day. But let's keep going and have some fun with this game. Jeez, I've actually been killing them out of the middle in clearances here. Out to Cochin, little chipping, chiseling ball, straight up the idle. No, I'll do some BT very shortly. So Lloyd slipped that one. I tell you what though, when you listen to BT on the radio, he's actually 10 times better than he is on TV. Just gives it a fair old crack. Oh, that's a nice goal to the Hamilman. In Hawthorn game, there was just like nothing going on in the first 3 quarters, and BT was like, "It's a nice game. It's a pretty game." Like, it's a bit of a pillow game. There's no real tackling. Just yeah, very nice game. Oh jeez, they've kicked back goals, Brisbane. I think that's 3 on the trot, and they've all been like clearance goals. So I'm gonna have to sort my shit out. Hamp out of the middle. That's beautiful. Menadue can run, have a bounce. Run to 50, long kick, not going to make it. McBean going to get there, didn't quite. Handball goes back towards Edwards, goes with a na. Do. Na. Look at the handball here, just standing start. Boo na. Gets it home. But yeah, everyone's got BT to look forward to for the next 5 Friday night games. While Bruce is at the Olympics, BT will have Friday nights on prime time, Channel 7. And Morris can go straight up with a little chiseling ball inside the 50 to Hampson. The big ruckman. He's got a little bit of a spud kick about him, Sean Hampson. And he's hit the post. Cochin, Grimes, ball forward, Martin. Dustin Martin, I'm going to take this bloke on. Bang! Oh, Dusty just fends him off and runs to 40. Oh, he's missed. That would have been a sensational goal. He's just staring at him on the mark and says, "Hang on, mate. You've got no chance." So it's a 25-point Richmond lead coming into the final term here. What sort of solution to the problem of the Brisbane Lions can we do? Who is the king of the jungle? Dustin Martin just gets a crunching tackle on in the middle of the ground. Daniel Rich, little more forward. Markov cuts it off. Straight up the eyelid, a little bit sideways. And he's kerned it over to Dane Beams, who's had a long shot from 55 and nails the goal. Brisbane, 19 points back now. The middle of Beams, Grimes picks it up, goes to Dustin Martin, gets his hands free, handball towards McBean, got it to Lennon handball, oh, he takes on one, he gets crunched and dropped a pill, should have been a free kick, umpire, Rioli handballs forward, McBean dropped it, and we'll get a throw behind. We get one final goal, opportunity here for the Lions, they go forward, Grimes is going to cut it off, now it's Hamilman, he's got a little short ball that he can take on, instead he goes long to the goal line, and that is a goal. Really nice goal. Really nice goal there from Hamilman. And the Tigers are going to get home by just 17 points. Okay. Very, very nice work. Richmond get the win. Brisbane fail to push inside the top 8. Dustin Martin with 9. That Dustin Martin fend was just magnificent. Brisbane ended up with 6 straight, 7-11. Richmond 4 consecutive behinds in that final term, the Richmond Tigers. Good stuff. Let's have a look at the ladder. So the Brisbane Lions, where were they? They're, well, they must be below 12th. If I'm looking at this ladder now, must be below 12th. So with 4 games remaining in the season, the Brisbane Lions, they were on 13th. So a win would have actually boosted them into 12th, but then they would have only been 1 game and percentage outside of that top 8. So really good finish coming up to the end of the season. I think we got the minor premiership almost locked up. Just need another win to get that done. Let's take a look at the player stats. Who is getting the Coleman medal? Mitch Clarkey's gaining on Jack Riewoldt, but Jack's still got it. 3 more weeks out, so that means I'll have the final game of the home and away season to get Jack Riewoldt back into form from that broken leg. Rioli has 18 goals, Lloyd 16 for Richmond, and McBean working his way up there as well. So, very interesting season going on. Coleman is up for grabs. Who got the 3 votes in that game? Let's have a look. 3 votes went to, going to be D. Martin, 3 votes. Dane Beams got the 3 votes in that game. Gee, we only kicked 1 more goal than them, but we kicked 11 behinds. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave a big thumbs up. Let me know what you think about the broadcast rights in the comments below. And I will see you guys next week, where we'll talk about something else. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all later.